Hello YouTube, it's Team Endgame here, bringing you the following discussion. It's a nice little Q&A I started, and this is episode 2. Should we do episodes or...?
I generally don't know how I'm going to title this on the videos yet.
Okay.
I'm going to see how it goes and see how your little idea springs
Number 2.
This time with real questions.
Hey! They were good questions.
They were great questions, and it sparked off quite a few, which we've got.
So we've got a few questions here. That's I've selected from the thing. So the first question being, what is our least favourite meta deck? And this was asked on YouTube by Vanquisher Devil.
So I think to start this off, we need to describe what is the actual meta now. And, well, at the moment it's kind of been what Team League is, but the problem with Team League is it kind of gives you a bit of a skewed results. So
Because everyone can't play the same deck.
very true. So I think we kind of need to just base...
Can you imagine if that's the case? I dare to think what will come up.
I don't want to know. Just be paladin everywhere. But we digress, because basically we need something to base this on, and the only thing that I can really think of is that because we've got these the singles nationals qualifier,
the circuit.
Yeah, the circuit. Very well put, Aaron. I think we can basically only base it what we've been seeing on there, and what we know as how to build a good deck, which pretty much is, well, what makes a good deck and what makes a deck better.
We basically ticked it down to, 3 boxes plus a bonus one.
Yeah.
Plus the meta or
The meta choice at the current moment in time.
So those boxes are
draw power.
Yep.
Being able to hit magic numbers, so your 21s, 26s, depending.
Yep.
And then consistency. That's generally what we thought would be the most influential to make a deck good. And then the current meta we determined was extra attacks.
Yeah, so basically the current meta in before has been restanding Vanguards. It used to be
big numbers in crits.
Yeah.
You can't guard properly.
Yeah.
It's still kind of there, but not so much because of G Guardians.
Yeah, things like that have changed. So what's happened
It's
is
perfect guards, you can't guard, but now I like to remind everyone there is a G guard which justifies you permanently guard the rear guard that can't be hit. Yep. So enjoy Kagero and DP.
That's it, just kills. Intercept with one.
Kagero can get past it.
No.
Because they target the column, not the actual unit.
No, but
on the attack.
It's the attack part.
Okay.
For the restand. So you've got to look at decks that theoretically then we're saying that they draw, can hit big or magic numbers of 21 and 26s quite easily and consistently, and be consistent themselves and with multiple attacks. So basically, also basing this on various video locations that we've been, so when we went to Chimera, when we went to Lish Games, when we've done a few fun games, it's basically what have I seen that's been in the last 2 and have really got my goat. So it's Angel Feathers for myself that have basically
Preach it, brother!
they've been in the finals.
They've been there!
And they whooped my butt.
They whooped you, my goat!
And they whooped it inconsistently powerfully in my eyes. As a lowly Bermuda guy.
And what happened when you almost killed a man?
It was done by my friend. To my face.
Did they heal back?
This has gotten incredibly weird.
They healed back and they healed again.
No, preach it.
Praise to heal. Praise to heal.
So, back onto normality.
I
Angel Feathers for myself are my least favourite clan of the meta.
It's the gospel truth.
I'm so sorry.
don't apologise. I can understand why you hate them. I can understand why a lot of people hate them, but I'm playing them, so they're fun. So screw you.
Just because you can't hate yourself.
I could.
That's a horrible out.
I know. What about yourself, Mike? What would you say is your least favourite?
I don't know. All these clans to choose from. The problem is, me and Faz had a little discussion about this. So Link Joker was always the anti-meta. What was that? No, it's actually me and you talking about this, Aaron. You said the Link Joker.
You're being
was
okay. You basically answered my question. Link Joker's my most hated meta deck.
Oh, I'll go third. It would make more sense.
It's fine. I just hate Lock. I always hate Lock. It just shuts any of my decks.
Aaron, yeah. What's the majority of your decks do?
I know. Leave me alone. It just shuts them down. I don't like it. It's bad.
And Link Joker's still kind of our meta at the moment because they do hit those.
Link Joker will always be anti-meta. That's the problem. They'll always be there existing
The thing
in some
is,
sort of format.
they're hitting what we've just targeted. They've got draw power. Messiah's got draw power. It can hit those magic numbers. It is actually consistent, and they can re-attack by unlocking and relocking, which is a bit frustrating to me.
Yeah, I know.
So anti-meta becomes meta and powerful.
That's my personally hated meta deck, but I've always hated going against Link Joker. It's always been one of the banes. Like Glendy, I can never beat Glendy. Never in my life have I beaten Glendy. That's just one example. But let's carry on. Go, Mike. What's your least hated deck?
So yeah, as I said, it's just a bit because based on that, it just reminded me that Link Joker were always my hated sneak. If you look back in previous discussions, Link Joker were my hated clan because they just break the rules. They stop you doing what you're meant to be doing.
Attacking and stuff.
Yeah, so they just go, well, no, Faz. You know that multiple attack thing you want? No, you can't now.
But
my entire deck's based on...
I've got to get to 4!
I got to swing, man.
I just want to go back to that. Like, it's not even the multiple attacks thing. It's just like, okay, blocks a unit on your rear guards. Yeah, so you haven't got full field anymore. So all those raw paladin skills that you love, no, you can't do that. 'Cause you've got full field because that's locked.
Link Joker just really targets you, doesn't it? So I need to bloom my field. Nope.
Yep.
Hey, that was stuff. Great nature.
It's just
things
so annoying.
Things like what? Just 4K to that.
It's just one of the most
one
annoying
stack.
decks to me. Always has been.
So it's very one-sided against you, Link Joker. Did you pick up plans specifically for the Link
No,
Joker?
we just picked up those
trick?
broken ones.
I didn't mean to.
Didn't mean to, or they just happened to slip into your bag.
So speaking of broken,
So other than that, so angles are by far the most hated clan at the moment.
preach it, brother.
I'm
Preach it.
preaching it to the heavens
So,
This comes
and
out.
dragging them down.
so angles are your most hated.
It's because they just. The problem is, it's anti-me. It's very much a rush. I always play the aggressive deck so it promotes my playstyle, and Angel Feather just counter it completely by going, oh, by the way, now I'm on 4 now. You want to see a magic trick phase? Now I'm on 3. Enjoy that.
And now I have more cards.
And I still have heals in the deck. This is by effect.
So there we go. We could probably rattle on for ages about how much we hate certain things, but
And also the defensive capabilities is very, very annoying. It's like it's cross ride without cross ride.
I know. But the more important thing is, I'm so happy that I wouldn't describe
And what clan can plus in your turn?
what
End your turn, Link Joker, but during
Bermuda
your
now.
turn,
Bermuda can now.
you can now.
Yeah,
Alright.
we will do soon. But yeah,
Right.
we will go on to basically what's the following question, which was really hard to read.
I scribbled it down, alright? So, the following question reads as such. What decks do you think will rise to the top based on what has been released so far? And that was asked by Theo Lauritsen on Facebook.
So Theo Lawrenson asked what is going to basically be going out on top.
Yep.
Cool. So I think at the moment we need to include, considering that today's sneak peek day when we're recording this, we need to include what was coming out on set 7 basically. So what do we think will be coming out? Well, straight away.
We know what's coming out. Angel Feather, Gold Paladin, Dark Irregulars, Gear Chronicle, and I feel I'm missing one. Kagero. There you go.
And what do we feel is going to get the push? So basically, we've already kind of said that angles are up there.
Okay,
so
well,
they just get more support. So
it's going to be easy just to go list by list of what's coming out in this set because that's going to be what's going to push it, and then from there we can decide what's going on. So Angel Feather, they're getting more support on top of what they've already got. So if they're already topping, I think they're just going to get stronger from here. Gold Paladins, they actually get a lot of decent stuff in my opinion, especially the new Gurgurus Stride. They get a bunch of Ezel support, and I think their Unite stuff's actually pretty good, including G-Guardian ones.
But I don't think it will go back to what we said was what was meta, and I don't think Royals still can't tick all those boxes. Gold, can't tick all those boxes. Royals can.
No, I'm aware they can't, but I'm just saying that there's still potential for a resurgence of Ezel decks or Gurgurus decks for the reason of new cards, and you're probably going to see them quite a bit. They may top for that reason, the fact there's a lot going around.
So
Dark Irregulars, I have no experience with, so I'm not even going to try.
Dark Irregulars are a hit and miss clan. If it goes well,
To quote Yuri, and me in a way, it doesn't matter how you build them, it's always crit per game. It doesn't matter how many, you can do whatever you want to get those in soul, but you're still going to that stride, you're still going crit per game.
The only thing I want to add is that I do know that there's a Blade Wing restander-esque thing coming out, so that is potential, I guess. But yeah, I don't know enough to comment on that, unfortunately. Moving on would be Gear Chronicle.
Yep. So
It's a bunch of. It's not time leap. It's bind stuff.
Yeah, when things are in the bound zone, it kind of pluses up. So when things are moved to and from the bound zone, so it kind of works with time leap, but this is more porting towards Chronofang, supposedly, which is a very bind zone influenced build. So although it does trigger with time leaping stuff, because that does bind in and
Point out
out.
they still haven't added a bind zone.
I know they still haven't added in a bind zone to the new mats that we all picked up today.
It's fine. So
What games?
basically, again, I haven't looked into it because again, it's Yuri's deck. He should be looking into it. Does it like affect the current time leap deck that's meta-ish, I guess?
It allows the cards that we've seen and the cards that have come out do actually allow for time leaping to be able to hit slightly better numbers because there's cards that gain 4k each time something is bound.
Okay.
So
that's fine. So basically,
You've got
it's going to improve on the
so
time leaping aspects, therefore making it hit better numbers. Already has the draw power and stuff, blah blah blah, but we'll get into that in a minute.
yeah.
And the last clan is Kagero. Mike.
Okay. So I'll explain the issue that people may have with this, and we had a discussion about the blazing effect. I feel as if someone's going to get called on it if they do use it. That if the Vanguard doesn't have blaze as an ability, then they can't have their Vanguard blazing. But obviously there are cards that apply the effect of blazing to the Vanguard. If you have a rig up with blaze ability, it specifies when a unit attacks, your Vanguard becomes blazing if you have more rig cards than your opponent.
Yes.
Until the end of the turn. So even if it doesn't have blaze as an ability, you can still add the effect to the Vanguard. And yes.
So that's basically.
So it doesn't have to have blaze, is my point. Other than that, the strongest part of the support to come out is, you probably realise, the most broken G-Guards in the game. They're extremely efficient.
I wouldn't say that the double red broken. It's just good.
What, retiring a back row on your first attack?
The thing is though,
It can attack a back row on the Vanguard or back row of any column, but it can also attack retire the front row of the thing. But it's the GR you're referring to.
but this is
the GR. This is still G-Guardian.
so before
I
we
said
get
the double rare GR.
Okay, alright, yeah.
Before we get too far
even the
into
double red is good.
Before we get
Okay.
too far into this, it's basically, so what do we think that we've mentioned there, 5 clans? I don't think Dark Regulars is
I don't think Dark Regulars will. I don't think Golds is going to have enough.
I still think that gets down. So
Because it can hit the numbers, I guess, but
it doesn't have draw really, and
it doesn't have draw. It has calling to the field. It has plussing mechanics, but you can't get these cards to your hands
it's
unless
hand.
you're using older cards like Dindrain or Liberator's Sense.
Dindrain.
But if you're not using then if you're going down the Liberator
Yeah.
line, you're not using the newer stuff. So
But then we're trading off into
yeah.
that.
So
And
basically,
it can't hit multiple attacks as far as I'm aware.
unless you're going to be once again going to some older stuff that's cool and recall. over the time.
No, because most of that's open rear guards. I think some of the newer stuff is you can actually call over, like the GB
Yes.
booster. But again, if there's no power on those recalls, which is some things like Royals have the advantage over, then those extra niggles aren't going to do much because they're not hitting.
Which means
So
that
Golds, I don't think are going to do enough. We said Dark Regulars. Gear Chronicle.
I do think are they now kind of they're sort of like they're borderlining, and this is going to be
They
a
are.
little nudge into the right direction. The
It
time
depends on how effective these new bind mechanic cards are. It really does. I don't know enough about it to comment on it.
I would say, from what I've seen and what I've gone round, it allows for extra niggle abilities. It manipulates the binding zone and the time leaping zone, which is absolutely fine by allowing you to recall cards out or giving extra power to itself. So it's going to make the current deck that most people are playing, which has got the draw power with the various aspects of the stand trigger. You've got the time leap to bring out the grade 1s and everything like that, especially with Heart Thumper. There is consistency in there, and it does allow that multiple attacks. So I do think that they're going to get a little nudge in the right direction. I also feel that Link Joker is still going to be up there.
I want to go through the set first. So before we go into that,
Yeah.
the next clan would be Angel Feather, which again they're already topping as it is. So
Yeah,
this is
it's
just going
kind
to
of
make it
mentioned,
stronger.
Improve an already good formula.
Yeah, and then Kagero is going to be the next one.
It'll be good against certain clans, just to reiterate, but it won't be good against everything. Things
Yeah.
like Grand Blue, not going to phase it.
We kind of
Because
discussed...
they go and come back. So like Angels, it would hit harder because they lose their entire. I think that bloom. Anything that goes buff, 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 you go retire. It doesn't matter how much power you put on that rear guard. I'm retiring with 1 unit.
The main point, the main thing that we discussed was the fact that you've got that ability to retire now. They've got one of the better G guards that are out in the new sets, but also because all these new skills are applying one of the keywords that is actually based on. It gives your Vanguard, or it gives other cards the ability similar to Harmony, how the Harmony keyword harmonises stuff there.
But basically, the point you want to put across is that, as Mike said, you generally don't have to have a Blaze Vanguard to have a Blazing Vanguard.
Yes.
Which means that
it does specify sometimes that, and if your Vanguard has the Blaze ability.
I'm aware of this.
There's times and the reasons of why we went through it.
The majority of the cards, though, are if your Vanguard is Blazing. So you can use these new Blazing support cards that are GB with your older cards and decks like Steel Dragon, Overlord, and it will still work and buff the deck in that way.
Because you've activated Blazing on the Vanguard.
Because there's a lot of new mechanics in the way the deck can work in Kagero, it's going to be one of those, I don't really, unpredictable decks. I don't know if...
It's going to be a wildcard deck.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Because it hasn't exactly been in the meta recently. The X dropped off the meta trail a while back.
Is that what we were trying to find out earlier, the wildcard?
Wildcard, unpredictable, whatever.
Yeah.
So, since it hasn't been around for a while, I'm guessing it's going to be... No one knows how effective it's going to be, and it's going to be one of those decks that you've got to look out for. Now you can go back to your Link Joker comment.
So Link Joker is basically in there because it does tick the boxes for that, and it also
Messiah-wise, it ticks the boxes.
But Chaos actually unticks boxes for other people, which is a pseudo-tick.
What we consider would be the meta choice box of multiple attacks. Link Joker, Chaos Breaker in particular, shuts that one down because it just locks the front row compared to Messiah, which locks the back row, etc. Blah blah blah. So, although it can't get multiple attacks off, it shuts down the opponents, therefore kind of ticking the box.
It unticks, it has more attacks than the opponent. I think that was pretty much it that we went through.
No, we didn't discuss Grand Blue as a top one.
No, because we went with no in the end of that, because although it is topping now...
It has draw power, it can hit numbers. I think the only thing is Mike doesn't consider it consistent enough.
Depending on how you play it, depends on the consistency.
And it can
you can either go for the millage hope, or you can go for the specific sending, but you are wasting time sending.
And other than that, it can definitely do multiple attacks with
Grand Blue is kind of there, but
it's consistent as soon as you got the setup. It's just constant.
It would be borderline with Gear Chronicle, basically, is what we've come to.
But I still don't see it. I don't see it dropping. Still see people using it. I still see it topping.
And then the one that we haven't actually seen a lot on our locals is still Royal Paladins and the Sanctuary build, because it can draw power with I can't remember his name, Benon, I think it is. Benon into the 6k to Soul Blast to draw. Ride Sanctuary to ditch to Ghoul the 6k, Soul Blast and draw. Then the Stride to give 9k, so you're hitting barriers. So you've got draw, you've got the
draw
magic numbers. It's relatively consistent because whatever one you ride, you'll get the Stride off. Benon's going to be in 3 or 4 to get the draw, and you're always going to find the shit most of the time. And multiple attack wise, Twin Swords does it in a way that you've attacked, you Twin Sword into a new unit, and it still gets the power from the Sanctuary Guard Stride. So
you can go.
it ticks every box.
Twin Sword.
Yeah.
Which is
you can't Twin Sword into a Twin Sword.
No. But what you can't you?
No. You can Twin Sword to any grade 2, but you can't Twin Sword into a Twin Sword.
You had 2 out already.
Yes.
That works.
So that would just be, you lose the extra attack side of things. Is it, Twin Sword needs to be boosted?
It needs to be
I realised my fault. I was saying if you found it. It's don't find it.
Slayman doesn't need to be boosted, but you need the Outlaw Vanguard.
Yeah, very true. Which kind of destroys the Sanctuary Guard. But
we digress. I don't know if you do.
What was question 3 anyway?
But basically what you'd expect, like Paladins and things, and what we've said is as long as it ticks those boxes, I mean, so anything really can top.
Just to summarise, top decks we think Angles, Royals, Links will be near the top-ish, and then sort of semi-low on the borderline will be Grand Blue and Gears.
Shadows?
Yeah, and Kagero.
Oh, and Kagero is the unknown wild card because we haven't seen it in a while. We don't know how it's going to
Shadows have always been up there though. Shadows have the starter, that's basically that, and then multiple attack comes from the Vanguard. on the break.
The multiple attack only comes in the form of Break Ride Legion. This is my turn to
They
finish
also
you.
have the you can't guard because you've got a crit and ha ha ha. But you can actually stop that, I think.
Now you can with G-Guard engine.
Yeah, you can.
Which is
Yeah.
what's going to fall down off the list.
Okay, that might fall down. Anyway, so number 3 is what do you think of the Bermuda support coming out, which is entirely on these two. I've kind of left this discussion kind of to them two because we've obviously pre-planned this a little bit. So
what do we think of Bermuda then, basically, Aaron?
and that was by Richard Davidson on the YouTube channel.
Well, I'll let you go, Faz, because mine's going to be really short and simple.
Well, mine's basically just going to be looking at what they've released so far. So we've now got a lot more cards for Harmony, which means that Harmony is a thing. It's a playable deck. It's still a terrible deck from what I've seen. We're missing a couple of triple Rs and the big hoo-ha card. So it's very difficult to say what's going to be going on. Duos are getting some power plays now. Quite a lot of the cards that have been shown for duos. There's still the classic show 3, personally, but it's now adding power rather than drawing power. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Cool. All right then.
I told you, mine's going to be short and simple.
Right then. I'm going to leave the next point for Aaron because I know basically I've put it down as funsies, but Aaron's actually focusing himself on that. Prism have now got some defense to their attack, I'd actually say, because the new grade 3 combos, and sorry, no, not the new grade 3, a couple of the new grade 2s allow you to start doing more plus 4Ks when stuff's bounced. So you've got the new G guard that allows you to bounce during your opponent's turn, which will trigger off all kind of shenanigans.
Okay.
Which is fine. Coral is basically just a right chain fixer and a critless Olivia.
Yes.
And then last but certainly not the least is Rudolph.
Rudolph?
Work it out. Sing a Christmas song.
I thought you went through Reindeer.
No, I left that one for you.
You said it would be a funsies deck.
Yeah, I didn't mention what deck it was.
Okay, right. Let's say, so basically, from my opinion on what the Bermuda cards are, duos are going to be way too freaking hard to do, having 3 of X card in hand to do these effects. That's going to take way too long, it's going to be too slow. Prisms, just half the cards are just, don't do anything. They're just like, I bounce this, I bounce that, I don't like them. Harmony, sure, there's Harmony stuff there, interesting to see what it does, but I think they're going to rely on having, I think the current new grade 3 speaker, you need to have a unit in a Harmony and then have a Harmony card to do every other skill or something.
Yeah, and you've got the new Lily as well, don't forget, which is Harmony.
The Lily's alright.
Yeah.
Coral, it's just off to the right
Sorry,
chain.
Liddy, not Lily.
Liddy, yeah. Coral's just a buff to the right chain. I'm always happy to see buffs to the right chain because they're fun, makes it consistent. Reindeer's going to be the fun one though. Yeah, Reindeer. Reindeer was one of my first Bermuda decks because it was just fun. It's just like, grade 3, I'll do stuff. It's kind of like Mikey's Ashura Kaiser deck.
See, that's the bad thing. When the first Bermuda set came out, I had sort of like the choice of going Reindeer, Pacifica, she's my idol. So you went down the other path.
All of the current Reindeer stuff that's coming out, got grade 2 and grade 1 that count as grade 3 when you drive check and you have a Reindeer Vanguard. Great, so you get the grade 3s that bounce and do stuff. If you're on the old Reindeer, the new Reindeer is when you drive check a grade 3, then you can put 1 card into Soul and this will get an extra drive check. So you basically get triple drive on a grade 3 if you don't stride. And if it's on the rear guard and you drive check a Reindeer specifically, you can, I think it's counter plus 2 and then rewrite it, and it gets 1 drive check. So after your stride...
Make 1 drive check.
Yeah. Make 1, but you can still get the 1, or whatever.
Yeah,
because
you
it's
get
2, because it'll be a grade 3. So you can basically get a resounding Vanguard, although you've lost a rear guard, but then you can still use that skill when you drive check to get the extra drive check back by putting a card back into your soul. And I believe there was also a new grade 1 recently that is when you... drive check or when you restand or something, then you can call a unit from your hand.
Yeah,
so
it's a new grade 1 that does something. It's like 6K.
I can't remember
it's
exactly
4K.
what it does.
I think it moves and stands from back row.
Something like that. But basically, the fact that all this new Reindeer stuff's coming out, I really like it, and it's going to be really fun because it's drive check grade 3. Oh my god, stuff happens. It's going to be funny.
I think it's going to be the fun deck. I personally feel that I'm going to try and make Prisms work.
I don't think Prisms are going to work. Unless they release new Prisms, I don't think the current ones are going to make it better.
Do you know what they need? Do you know what they need?
Like
crit trigger. That's it. Give me a Prism crit trigger. Give me an extra one. I'll be chuffed.
They probably would. To be fair, I don't know, I'll give you a stand just to spite you.
Give me a stand, I will break their legs.
Because I think the main thing that really bugged me was
But
the
they
new
don't
grade
have legs.
the new grade 3 for
Only
Prism.
the water fans when they have legs.
It's limit break 5.
It's limit break 4.
Special
When you
queen.
attack, call 3 prisms from your hand, just like Labradoodle. And then you get the skill, limit break 5, it gets an extra drive check. Okay, so it's basically limit break 5. So why not just say limit break 5? You can even limit break remove to call the 3 units, but what are you doing if you call those 3 units?
The thing, it's basically using the fact that you've got certain cards that allow you to do things that then can't be normal called again. By certain cards, it's basically
Lame.
Prison Prince of Leia. Yeah. Princess Leia,
It's still, I still don't see the point, but
which is fine. Oh, screw it. And
that's just, I'm just looking forward to Reindeer. It looks fun.
I'm just looking forward to it. It's the only time that I'm not looking forward to the amount of money it's going to cost, but that's a different conversation for
Spaz, wedding SPs.
wedding SPs, secret rare SPs. I don't know what the GR is, but that should be fun. Shall we finish this off, Mike? What is our final question, Quizmaster?
I like to point out that I was very limited on what I could choose.
So you saved the best till last, clearly.
No, I should really open with this, shouldn't I?
Why are people still listening to this video? What is there that they're hanging on to? Something what now? Something about Team League, so it must be very relevant to this week.
What do you think of relay format for Team League? Says Peter on YouTube.
So Peter asked...
Peter wants to know if relay format would be good for Team League.
You've got 2 different versions of this in mind. You've got anime version, which I thought of a very, very hilariously fun scenario for.
I have also looked up the official rules of relay fight.
And relay fights. So just give me the very quick breakdown of relay fight rules.
So so basically when a person, if they lose or if they get to X damage, then you tag out, go to the next person.
Yep.
They remove all cards on the field remain. They remove their deck, their G zone, their drop zone, and their I think it's a drop zone, and their hands. The drop zone maybe is a question mark one, and their hands, and take it out of the game. The next player joins in, puts their deck down G zone, and draws their normal hand. Then they draw deck cards from their deck equal to the number of cards that the previous player had in their hand.
Oh dear God.
So you can't shift their hoarded perfect cards like in the anime, but you can still draw a shit ton of cards.
So
Faz's wonderful idea was to go with the 4 grade 3 Legion Bermuda deck and go, I call these 3 cards, I bounce them, I draw 3 cards. I call them again, I bounce them, I draw 3 cards. I've got 50 cards in my hand, 1 card in my deck.
So, no card, go to 3. You'll go. Cheers, guys.
Good game. But yeah, I've just found out that that's drastically wrong. So maybe if we limit down the number of cards, because it was just purely that there is no rule for decking out in it. So if you take 1 damage and just deck yourself out, if you use anime rules, you just literally walk up to your partner. It's just like, this is yours now, and plonk down a 30-card deck in their hand. It's like, that's your hand.
So cheers, mate. That's all my combos gone. You imagine giving me something like Royals, but you just search from the deck and you've just drawn all their grade 2s.
Screw that. Basically, it's like, I play Brave, right? It's like, yeah, I don't care. You'll be fine.
Silly Faz ideas out of the water.
Yeah, so I would hate Relay as a format.
It would,
But my
problem is-
my main issue is the amount of stupid ass combos you can get between clans. There's a reason it's clan only.
So, Aaron, you were saying...
What was I saying?
I don't know, you were saying something.
No, I wasn't.
You was.
I wasn't. I was drinking my tea.
Communist. Right, and so I personally think it would be terrible. I like the 3 people play together. It's nice, it's consistent, the games don't take too long, but
that's why I prefer Team League as 1 person plays each game, best out of 3 out of those 3 people, than a relay fight of, you all play the same game and just tag in and tag out. It'd be really weird.
I'd really hate bad plays as well. That's the case. Like, why did you do that? Ruining my game.
Set you up perfectly.
What you have to do is knock them down, man.
10k guard.
Sorry if that's the voices.
The thing is, you basically there's no reason as well. It would be very difficult because with relay you can rejig your grade numbers because you don't specifically need grade 1.
No, you don't. No, so the person 2nd and 3rd can just run 2s.
Yeah, it's 2s and 3s. It's just like, I just need some boost. Yeah. That's it.
Just have a deck of grade 3s stride every turn. Don't mind me.
Well, good luck getting guard, mate. You're drawing equal to the amount of left, yeah? When 3 goes through, I got the strongest hand though.
Maricella!
GSS! I don't know if
Depends
it's
what
just
Yeah, you're already on 3, unless you're a
I like how
opponent.
they always rewrite though. They keep the same Vanguard. They don't abuse the fact that you can keep
I
the same
wonder if
Vanguard.
there's a dumb loop you could do. Like,
There probably is.
in your own, if you were to make a weird deck based on grade 3s, grade 2s or something because of relay, if there was some sort of weird loop with
So,
regard effects that
people
you could
would
do
find it.
to pump up your soul or pump up this, that, and
Well,
the
just
other.
think, you've got so many cards now that go back into the deck that I'm sure you could start having fun with. It's like high speed bracket, anything with charge.
It's the point that the second person could potentially abuse the last Vanguard that was on it. That'd be my main issue. So you just wouldn't rewrite, you just keep that Vanguard and
Does
just
that mean
abuse
you'd all
it.
have to use the same coloured sleeves?
No, because your deck gets changed out.
Yeah, but the field stays. High speed bracket.
I
anything with
don't
charge.
know. I would have to
you would
look
have
up
to.
the
You would have
rules.
to. Yeah,
I'd have to
it's
look
like
up the rules
club,
and do
club. I
shit.
don't like the fact it's at the top.
It's just like, why does that one yellow card exist there? Well, I'm gonna put that card to the bottom of my deck.
So yeah. So long story short, no, it would be bloody terrible. And it's the same reason tag is not very good, because the problem is it's not a thought out thing. There's too many ways to break the format.
So, is it drag roller? It is drag roller, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the whole force of damage,
Yeah.
but
Or
you're technically your
addition
opponent's not on it.
Thingy, what's it?
You can easily effect kill them. Things like that. So yes, and that's everything, yeah?
That is
That's
four
your 4
questions.
questions.
So there's 4 questions. Thank you guys for watching. As usual, feel free to like, comment and subscribe and let us know what you guys think of those questions.
Please ask more.
And please ask more, so we don't have to have one like relay. even that's fine.
Yep. So, thank
So
you very
yes,
much.
thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys later.